Capricorn, feeling disappointed is not the same thing as feeling unhappy. There's a separation that has to be made, and it can be made logically. And that simply is, were we believing what we dreamed? Were we believing what we wanted? Were we believing what we expected? Where did the expectations come from? Did they come from our ideals, or did they come from what we saw was in front of us? Sort of like the projection of what was really unfolding. Expectations are good if they are based on hard work, practical data. It's okay to have expectations. In fact, when in many situations, it's most appropriate to have expectations. When it's not good to have expectations, or when expectations can fail us, is when they were based on ideals. Now, it's good to have ideals, but it's not good to kid yourself that that's the only way things should turn out, because it doesn't leave room for all the variables that reality throws at us. And that's when you get to disappointments. And then where we are right now is expecting the reality to be the dream, when we know that that's just not the case. Trying very hard then to not let that spill over onto what we have in front of us right now. And what we have in front of us right now is what you've had in front of you for the past probably 6 months, which is this new beginning, this new way forward, this new project, this new opportunity, this new relationship, that when presented as itself is filled with potential and possibility, as well as potential progress, right? But where it is right now is less than what was desired. So what do we do with it? Do we give up on it? Do we put it aside and say, not worth my time, not worth my energy? But I'm telling you right now, if you make that decision, you won't be able to stop thinking about it. Like it will not be something that will let you go. I just think that right now you feel, at least the way the cards are coming out, like there is another shoe that's going to drop. Like that severe suspicion inside of yourself that, if I didn't reach this benchmark, or I didn't get this gift, or I didn't hear this statement, or the phone call didn't come in, that something's up and something's wrong. Now, something might be up, is what I'm saying. Right now, we're sort of at a halfway mark where we're trying to stay away from extremes, right? So it's a sense of something might be up. There might be a chink in the chain. But that doesn't mean that something is necessarily wrong in terms of out of your hands to be able to tackle, address, and solve. But I do believe that you know enough to know that something is not what you want. The problem is that the other something may not be all that you want either. But what are you basing your wants on? Are you basing them on ideals, or are you basing them on reality, on truth? Because as Aquarian energy rises, and it is, being honest with ourselves is probably our priority right now. So there's a sense of, it's almost like intuitively you know and you understand that something has been compromised and something is up. And you're trying to carry on as normal. But there has become like a flag on the play, almost like a flag on the play. I just don't know that that flag on the play is actually something you really need to be worried about. What I see here is a lot of emotions. It's being emotionally reactive. And that's really what... Bless you! Doug. Sorry. That's really the truth that I really want to talk about and get to. Why are our feelings hurt? Before something has gone wrong. And it's okay to have that intuition that something isn't as pure or true or expected. But is it See, I think this energy could be very useful. Yeah. This energy of a little bit of fear goes a long way. A little bit of fear to make you realize I can't stay here for as long as I wanted to. I can't make this work or make this go on for as long as I wanted to. I can't get comfortable here. And that's important. I think that's really, really important, because the things that you're comfortable with, you're already comfortable with. You already know that they're going to work out. But something's telling me there is something here that you are just not able to sink into and know everything is going to be okay. And that is 100% because it is not going to be okay. What is going to be okay is on the other side of that fear, of what you have been putting off and intentionally distracting yourself from, because for some reason you weren't ready to take that step. This fear, to me, as an objective observer, is very, very good for you, because it's a constant reminder, a constant, not devil on your ass, but like dog on your heel, to not stay content and not get contented here. There's a few different situations going on in your life. Let's talk about the first one. First of all, there is a sense of wanting so badly to just let go and trust in this circumstance or this situation, especially if it's a personal situation, because there is so much joy, or you have experienced so much joy. But then there's that pessimism, that doom and gloom on the other side. But if I'm this happy, then doesn't the other shoe have to fall? Doesn't the other thing have to drop? And I think in terms of your personal life, it does not have to drop. There is a sense of serenity here, but the serenity comes with change. The serenity comes with allowing things to shift and not insisting that they stay the same. That kind of mindset is not going to work for you anymore, and that absolutely does have to shift. But as long as you're willing to change and allow things to develop and grow and look differently from week to week or month to month, there is a sense of it being able to blossom and stay alive. Remember, change, Capricorn, is life. Where there is lack of change, that's death. You don't want death. But a lot of times we end up killing things because we force them to remain the same, or try to shove them into what is our expectations. Now, you could be dealing with somebody, especially if they're a youngish person, that just wants to be free and happy, and you're concerned for them. You can feel imminent. Maybe there's going to be disappointment. Maybe there's going to be failure. Maybe there's going to be heartache. That's life. There's going to be life. And that's what the cards are saying. There's going to be life. You don't have to worrying about the inevitable, which is the heartache, the pain, all this fun, flying high. Oh, there's got to be something on the other end of it. Why think about that now? You're just taking the joy out of the joy right now. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow the people in your life to be happy. Unadulterated happiness. And actually, that kind of unadulterated happiness makes painful times a lot less painful, because at least you know there's other options. There's something else out there. And that's what I'm picking up here, is that there's something else out there for you. Communication is key. Have a one-on-one sit down, especially if it comes with somebody who is related to you or is part of your home and your heart space. This is Gemini, Cancer energy. What this is telling me is also this got a lot to do with the North Node. It's got to do with, because right for the past 2.5 years it was in Cancer, and now just this past May it went into Gemini. There's a sense of you, in order to to continue your happiness or continue love, you have got to change. And I think maybe you fell back a little bit into your comfort zone of, I'm getting into my tradition, I'm getting into my new way of being, I'm getting into a consistent place right now. And that is what makes you happy. But you have to keep change on the back burner all the time. Because from this point forward, your relationship with change has had to change. And it would be making things a lot less complicated right now, knowing that things are going to be okay, because change is okay and change is good. And there are some developments that can just be discussed. They can be openly talked about. This could have something to do with family. This could have something to do with intellect and knowledge, learning, growing, experience. But something's changed. The unexpected, the rebellious, those things in life like love and romance that make us act crazy, think outside of our box, think outside of our comfort zone, a different construct of family, a shift in the way things maybe should have been or have been, but all in the up and up, nothing looking bad. There's only this sense of not really being comfortable, trusting, or sitting in your skin right now and saying, yeah, life is going to be happy. I can actually depend on this happiness. There's just that imminent sense of, no, something's going to come to destroy it. Now, you may be feeling this because there have been distractions around you lately, things that are making you lose focus, or you're seeing some, especially this is a child, a sense of having a difficult time keeping focus or staying, but that's the problem, I think. I think that what you're focused on has to change. That's the issue. Let's get into the deeper cards. There's some sort of acknowledgement or information that's coming in. This is the other shoe that falls. This is that, it's almost like you're waiting for the pink slip, or you're waiting for the severance package. It's almost like you're waiting for something to end or something to stop, or wanting to stop studies or stop learning. Like maybe you're sick of learning, you're tired of learning, you're done learning. The only way that you can learn now is through experience and life, and that's a very difficult stage, especially if you're dealing with children or something like that. Is like watching somebody go through a situation where you really can't help them and they can't learn it in a book. It's experience itself that has to teach them, and that's scary, fucking dangerous as hell, right? Absolutely. But be there. Like, this is the guidance system that comes to us in the night. This is that sort of boost of esteem that says you can take care of yourself. You can handle all these distractions in life. This is telling me this is a very pivotal point for you, because this is a very inconsistent, unreliable time. This is an energy of shifting, of shifts and changes, or something that isn't predictable, right? And there's a lot of curveballs being thrown at you. So what is this energy? This is learning how to get real good at hitting curveballs. That's what it is. Of saying that you can do this, you have the ability to live up to this, but it's like you have to see in the dark. And that's not really sight, is it? It's more intuition. It's going with the flow. It's not necessarily just going with the flow. It's trusting and having faith that when the unexpected comes to you, you can handle it, right? What is this about, though? Something that you're working on, or having the space, or being able to create something brand new. Also seeing the world in a different way, not agreeing with the way that you used to see it. So a lot of the struggle could be internal, fighting yourself right now, Capricorn. But you may be very protective. Something that you created is at risk right now, or you feel it's at risk of harm, or being brought down or hurt in some way. Especially if this is a person, there's only so much that you can do to protect it from itself. You can't protect somebody from itself, but there's only so much you should do, because it feels to me like the next stage of development is the tumble round. It's that pebbly, rocky road, not smoothly paved, stumble and trip, learn from the bruises, learn from the scabs, learn from the loss of blood type of round. And it's like, if you avoid that, or they avoid that, or you help them avoid that, ultimately Capricorn, it's going to be ugly. Yeah, because that's not the way Saturn wants things right now. It wants things to be unexpected and unpredictable. It also wants things to be honest and truthful, and cheating the system in any way right now is going to be real bad. And when you try to skip over the pain and suffering, you're actually looking for ways to cheat the system. This is knowing, wisdom. Understanding that you're right about something or someone, but that it's not the end of the day, that things will change and things will grow. Now, how do I put this into real life scenario? I'm going to go to tarot. Tarot will put everything into real life scenario, but let me give you an example. It's almost like you get it. You can see somebody heading right off the cliff. You understand it. You understand that, oh, the person that they're dating is bad for them. It's not looking good. How could this happen? I thought she was smarter than this. Didn't you make the same mistakes when you were younger? Or maybe you find yourself making the same mistakes now. This is the thing. This is the message overall. Do not avoid the mistakes. The mistakes are part of the lesson plan. If you try to skip over the mistakes, or you try to help somebody skip over the mistakes, you're cheating, and you're going to get sent back to the you're going to get sent back. You're going to be asked to redo the class. That's sort of the metaphor that I'm getting right now. Let's go into the spirit guide animals, because I know there's more that needs to come out. You don't want to take a leap of faith. You're kind of stuck on a limb, saying, no, I don't want things to change. I don't want things to shift. I don't want things to move. That's what we got in the future. A sense of you don't want things to move. You don't want things to change. You're going to run into problems here. Just to let you know. You are. Also think on your feet. This is being very, very stubborn, sitting down and saying, no, I have to plan things. I want everything planned. I want everything predictable. And I'm stuck between these two, impassable, impervious. No, I will not have faith. No, I will not decide. No, I will not. No, I will not. No, I will not. How did you get back here? I'll tell you. I think your life got really good and really happy, and after coming from such a miserable place, that really good and really happy came to you because you had no choice but to shift. And then when it came to you, you're like, okay, now I want to keep it. I want to hold on. I want to keep it. Instead of learning and realizing that your happiness actually came from being able to shift, you just jumped right to feeling happy and feeling secure again, and then ultimately not being able to shift to get back to or maintain the happiness. That's what you got to get back to. This is life on a skateboard right now. Got to use your abs. There's ways to find stability, but it's not with those 2 feet firmly planted. It's not like that. Stability is coming from faith right now. It's coming from the ability to improvise, right? And not plan too far ahead. I understand. That's part of the pain. That's part of the suffering. It's almost like somebody doesn't trust you enough, or you don't trust somebody enough to make plans far in advance. And that's where the pain is coming from. Like, where's the long-term plans? Where's the leap of faith in me? Where's the investment in our future or in the future? Where's the investment? Not wanting to improvise or go with the flow, or like not wanting to settle on a future. Interesting. Co-create with spirit. So So this could even be hearing something that you don't want to hear, or being told something that you don't want to be told. It's definitely feeling miserable right now, 100%. It's definitely feeling like, even though bad news, it's like what you didn't hear was the bad news. What you didn't get offered was the bad news. That raise that didn't come, the promotion that didn't come, the engagement that hasn't happened yet. It's like what you haven't heard was the bad news. It was like, boom, the death toll starts in your mind because of what you didn't hear or what wasn't said. And you can feel that there's like, that's what's made you feel uncomfortable. It's all a part of the plan. I think it's all a part of the lesson plan. I think that there's still definitely, everything is happening in line. Be peace. God, I don't want this to be like a test. These are like two opposing forces. Can I say that? This is knowing for sure, getting the message, hearing things. It's almost like you need to hear something in order to be at peace. And it's got to come from somebody outside of you. This is failure. Feeling weak, feeling vulnerable, having fought really, really hard from something and being denied it. Let's get deeper into tarot. The link is below. I want to read some angel cards before I skip over though. Capricorn, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please help Born Without Boundaries go and subscribe. If you really like this video, click like and then share it on your social media profiles. Get the word around. It really helps. Also, there's always a Vimeo link. There's always an extended reading. So tarot card spread that really personalizes all of these energies here, and it includes your romance reading, your romance specific reading. So that link is down below, right under this video. Also, you can subscribe right over to that, right over on that platform, so that you get access to the extended videos about a day before the link comes up here on YouTube. Also, I do daily tarot card readings Monday through Friday over on Instagram, and there's a lot of great content, including my weekly astrological forecast that I post to Instagram and to Vimeo and not here. So please join me on Instagram, born_without_boundaries, and yeah, we could see each other live someday. And then thank you so much for your continued support throughout the year, Capricorn. This is a happy, happy new year. And it's a wonderful time to be able to let go of expectations. Oh. You need to hear I love you from somebody. Or you need to tell somebody I love you. There's definitely communication that has to come in, and it has to do with fourth house. Some sort of talking that has to go on. Maybe with a mother figure. Wisdom. This is the second time you've gotten wisdom. So it's almost like you know. You have the experience, you know. Wisdom. Everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. See, you know better than to try to get in something's way. You know better now than to try to force things into the look or the feel that you wanted them in. Imagine, clearly visualize the life you want, feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. The reality that you design is not off the table. Vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform the current events. Fear. This is a big one too. I, Archangel Michael, am here to help you through the present time. I love you. I protect you and keep you safe. Trust that all is well. Accept my love and allow it to dissolve your fears. This is protect. You're safe. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. You're safe. You're protected. Your loved ones are protected. Your family is safe. It says you and your loved ones are safe. Communication is key. So somebody is not as bad off as you think they are. Forgiveness. Let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. Who and what do we have to forgive? Let's move on to tarot. The link is below. I'll see you guys in the extended.